This could be the most underrated and overpowered offense in Madden 25. The formation is tight slots out of the Bengals playbook, and we're gonna break down this explosive mini scheme. So let's get started. Tight slots is a condensed set with 2 receiving options on both sides close to the O-line with 1 running back. The main benefit of a formation like tight slots is the ability to run posts, corners, and crossers from either side of the field, whereas formations like trips and bunch tend to run those routes from one side of the field the majority of the time. So the first setup, along with the next 3 setups we go over, beats man and zone defense. The first play we'll go over is corner and goes. In the play, put the running back side on the far side of the field. The adjustments are to put the running back on a flat, the outside receiver on a post, and custom stem the post between 5 to 8 yards. Then put the other outside receiver on a streak. The reads go from the zig, the post, the return, then the flat. So in this play, I read that my opponent was running an all-out blitz, which meant I had to speed up my reads. So as soon as I saw that the man-beating zig route, which is the first read, had open space in front of him, I quickly threw him the ball for an easy pass and potential yards after the catch. The second read is the post, which beats man and can run below deep blue zones. In this play, I read that the zig was guarded by the flat defender, so I moved my eyes towards the space the post is running to. When I read the streak was pushing the deep zones up the field, I knew I could pass lead the ball down and away from the defenders for an easy dot down the field. The third read is the return route. This route is great at beating man defense and is great at finding open pockets against zone. Many times, this route gets unnoticed by the user, which allows us to hit the return route wide open in the middle of the field. The last read is the flat route as a checkdown option, but if you read that your opponent is not guarding the flats, you can quickly throw it to the flat for easy yards. The second setup is out of the play, drive trail. In the play, put the running back side on the far side of the field. The adjustments are to put the outside receiver on a flat, the slot receiver on a drag, and the other slot on a streak, and custom stem the corner route all the way down. Sometimes the game does not allow you to custom stem the corner. If this happens, put the receiver on another corner, then custom stem the route. The reads go from the drag, the seam streak, the corner, then the angle route, and the flat. In this play, the drag can beat man coverage and run underneath short zones. So when I read the drag had open space in front of him, I hit the first read for an easy gain. Seam streaks are one of the toughest routes to guard in Madden 25. So if you ever read there's open space up the seam, throw it to the seam streak for a big time laser. The stem down corner route is great for beating man and zone defense as well. In this play, I read there was open space near the short sidelines, so I pass led the ball to the corner route for an easy pickup. Against man coverage, this route can create a ton of separation, but sometimes if the defender is playing tight coverage, you may need to highball the throw over the defender's head. If the first 3 routes are covered, read the middle of the field for the angle route. In this play, I read there was open space down the middle, and because the running back beat the man defender, I passed him the ball for easy gains downfield. And if everything is covered, check it down to the flat. The next setup is out of the play, motion PA slide. In the play, put the running back side on the far side of the field. The adjustments are to put the running back on a flat, the outside receiver on a streak, the slot on the other side on a drag, and the outside receiver on a post. The reads go from the flat, the drag, the post, then the seam streak, and auto motioned wheel. At the snap, if the defense does not have a flat defender, hit the running back for easy yards. The second read, which is the drag, is an extremely powerful route in this play because there's 3 different routes clearing space for the drag. So if there's an open window, laser the ball to the drag for an easy pitch and catch. If the underneath is guarded, take a look at the post. In this play, I read the first 2 reads were covered, so I shifted my point of focus to the space the post is running to. And when I saw the post have a step on his defender, I pass led the ball to the post for a big chunk of yards downfield. If the defense leaves the seams open, hit the seam streak to keep the defense on their toes. And against man defense, the auto motioned wheel route can get over top of the defender for potential big yards. This play could also be a 1-play touchdown versus a cover 2 defense. At the snap, the seam streak will end up keeping the deep half towards the middle of the field, and the flat will pull the flat zone down, which will create a ton of open space on the sidelines for the auto motioned wheel for potential 1-play touchdowns. The next setup is out of the same play, motion PA slide. This time, put the running back side on the short side of the field. The adjustments are to put the running back on a flat, the outside receiver on a drag, the slot on a post, and the outside receiver on a corner stemmed all the way down. The reads go from the flat, the drag, the post, and the corner. At the snap, if the flats are open, hit the running back flat. If the flat is covered, look at the drag. If there's open space in front of the drag, quickly hit the receiver for easy yards. The third read is the post. If the auto-motioned wheel pushes the outside deep zones back and there's open space in front of the post, pass lead the ball to the post, down and away from the deep zone defenders, and come back to the ball to keep the chains moving. The next read is the corner route. This route can beat man coverage and can be thrown underneath deep zones. So if there's open space, pass lead the ball towards the open window away from the defenders for a good pickup through the air. The next play is a pure zone beater out of the play mesh. In the play, put the running back side on the far side of the field. The adjustments are to put the outside receiver on a flat, the slot receiver on a post, and the other slot on a hitch. The reads go from the wheel, the post, the hitch, and the flat. At the snap, if the flat pulls the flat zones away from the wheel and the post keeps the middle zones away from the wheel, laser the ball to the running back for an easy gain and yards after the catch. If the wheel is guarded, look at the deep part of the field where the post is running to. If the streak is pulling the deep zones up the field and the hitch keeps the short zones low, pass lead the ball down and away to the post, away from the defenders for an enormous dot downfield. The hitch is a great pull route but can also be used as a check down, especially because the user defender usually neglects shorter routes to cover deep posts and crossers. This will leave underneath routes like the hitch wide open. If the initial reads are covered, look at the flat as a safety option. In the next setup, we'll break down a one-play touchdown versus cover 3 and 4 out of the play drive switch. In the play, put the running back side on the far side of the field. The adjustments are to block the running back, put the slot receiver on a streak, custom stem the post between 6 to 10 yards, put the slot on the other side on a hitch, the outside receiver on a corner, and custom stem the corner 1 to 2 times down. The main read is the post. At the snap, if the streak pulls the deep middle zones upfield away from the post, and the corner pulls the deep outside zones down, this will create a ton of open space to laser the ball to the post route for a massive completion and a one-play touchdown. Lastly, we have the run play motion inside zone. This play is great to pair with motion PA slide because the tight end motion will look the exact same pre-snap. This will keep the offense unpredictable while never giving the opponent a tell on what we're running next. That is the mini scheme for tight slots out of the Bengals playbook. Let me know how you like this scheme and how it works for you. But until then, I'll see you next video.